Hey, good afternoon, MacArthur Cyclones. We're back with two amazing guests on our book talk show. Okay, this is the first time we've never had two book talkers in the same episode, but these two eighth graders are just exceptional. They're great friends, and they're both just amazing readers and wonderful students and wonderful human beings all around. So I'm going to quickly introduce them. Then I'm going to let them both tell you about their book series that they chose, which are both in the fantasy adventure genre. So first I have Miss Shanna de Lucena. Shanna's favorite color is any shade of aquamarine. Her favorite hobby is writing scenes of her future book that she's going to write in her mind. A tidbit about her, she enjoys Brazilian food more than your typical cheeseburger, French fry, American food. One of her big dreams is to write a book series of her own and have it published. And the first step she's going to take to make her dream come true, she's going to create the basic groundwork of her book story, characters, and the world building, and also rebuilding that world to make it better and better. Very good, Miss De Lucena. Okay, and then we have Mr. Emarian Tate. Hey! Emarian's favorite colors are purple and red. His favorite hobbies are drawing, reading, manga, comics. And he says, quote, I am a big Dungeons and Dragons nerd.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. A dream he has for himself is to become an actor. And he says that's why I am currently enrolled in drama classes with Miss Mallory Mitchell. So without further ado, you guys take it away. We're going to start with Mr. Tate.
All right. So the series I'm starting off with is the Wing of Fire series. And basically, there are, to give you a lay of the main protagonists, there are 5 dragonettes who are currently, let's get far, let's go back a little bit more. Currently, the Sandwing Queen, who we'll get to details later in the book, dies due to poison, and her daughters are currently fighting for a war for the throne. And so, due to a prophecy, 5 dragons from each tribe are now, the Dragoness of Destiny, thank you very much. The Dragoness of Destiny, and what their goal is to help bring together and choose who will be the next queen for the Sandwings, and to bring together the other dragon tribes. So the book that I'm going to be talking about today is The Hidden Kingdom. Basically, the Dragoness of Destiny aren't sure what to expect in the Rainwing Kingdom. Glory, the Rainwing, who currently is pretending to be an Icewing to not upset some people, learns more about her family since the Rainwings aren't fighting in the war as of currently. All 5 dragonettes are thinking they might be able to have some sort of safety for a while, but yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Good. Awesome. Perfect. All right. So The False Prince is another action adventure story. It's a fantasy, but it doesn't have any kind of magic in it. So if that's something that is something you enjoy, I wouldn't suggest reading. So this kind of story is realistic and very entertaining. The basic premise of the story is that the king, queen, and crown prince have died. They were murdered in their sleep. So this caused a power vacuum inside the court. Everyone wants to become the next king or queen. The problem with this is that the regent, Ben Connor, he is someone who's not very much in power, and he's just kind of in the middle. He really wants to get into power. So what he does is he goes and finds 4 boys and tries to train them to become the false prince. The reason why they're becoming a prince is because the younger son went missing a few years back, and no one knows what happened to him. Everyone thinks he died. So he tries to train these boys into becoming the prince. The problem with this is that a lot of the boys don't want to become the prince. They're just there, and the one boy who goes to the castle to pretend is the one who gets to live. The other ones are going to be killed if they don't win the contest and become the prince. Now, everyone else in the country doesn't know this is happening because this is kind of like a coup, but much more subtle. And the main protagonist of the story, his name, he claims to be Sage. And what happens with him is that he is a thief, to be in most terms. He is lived alone on the streets for a while and really doesn't have anything going for him. So he's kind of just there and doesn't want to be there at all. The problem with him, though, is that they're trying to convince him and train him into a prim and proper prince, but he likes to do things that are complete opposites, like antagonizing people until he can manipulate them because they're just so angry at him. And he's also a very good thief. He's very rude to people sometimes. But you could call him a sort of a gray area character in this first book. And as the series progresses, you can see as he changes and gets better and makes more friends and things. But that's the basic thing of the first book.
Wonderful! Oh my goodness, this sounds so interesting. Okay, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm intrigued personally. I cannot wait to read these books myself. We have both of these entire series here in our library collection. So Shanna's book again was The False Prince by Jennifer Nielsen, okay, which is book 1 in a series of 4. Emarian's book was the whole Wings of Fire series by Tui Sutherland, who I read was a Venezuelan author. There's 14 books in that series, and guess what? We have every single one of them. So great job, 8th grade Cyclones. Let's give them a big round of applause. You guys I'm so impressed. And we will see you guys next week. Y'all come to the library and check these books out. Bye.